All right. See the Sharpie? All you have to do, flick it, gone. It's gone. Shit. All right, welcome back. Today I've got another card trick for you. A fun one though. It's actually a really great follow-up for the last trick that I posted. I'll leave a link in the description. It's an out of this world style effect where the spectator separates a shuffled deck of cards into red and blacks themselves. And this is a great way to build on it with this effect, because first they separate it into red and black in that routine, and then you say you might be actually better. Most people, they get one or two mistakes when separating into red and black, but you got it perfectly right. So maybe you'll be good at this too. Let's try, instead of just red and black, try and guess the suit, and then they're going to be able to guess the suit of the cards with this trick, which is very fun. And it's a variation of mine, of a trick in this book. I can't talk. This is a book called The Definitive Mental Mysteries of Hector Chadwick. I highly recommend this book. And there's a trick in here that I thought was cool, and so I changed it and made it my own. It's the same premise, but an entirely different presentation and trick. So I think it's pretty fun and pretty cool. So I'm gonna teach it to you today, my variation of this trick, and it would go like this. All right, so the trick goes as follows. You'd borrow a phone from a spectator, have them open their notes app so they can write something down. They're gonna write down like C for clubs, S for spades, or simply just go and find the suit emojis. But I'm recording on my phone, so I'm just gonna write it down on a piece of paper, right? And so you spread out the cards, and you, good sir, you take out a card. It could be like, let's just go with this one, right? You take out a card and you say, what is this card? Is it clubs, hearts, spades, or diamonds? They may think it's a club, so you write down C for clubs, and you say, amazing. Take another one, this one. Yeah, that one. Say, what is this one? They say it's a diamond. Cool, you say. So you write down D for diamonds. You take another one out. Say, what is this? They say it's a heart. Okay, cool. You write H for hearts. And then you take another one out. You take this one out. And they say that is a spade. So you write S for spades. And you take another one out. You take this one out. And then you say, what is this? They say it's hearts again, for example. And you can keep doing this as long as you want. I'm just gonna stop here with these, is this 5 cards? 5 cards, yeah. And this is the order that we got from the spectator. Clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades, hearts. So the first one was in clubs. So you take a look and you say, that is absolutely right. That is honestly pretty crazy that they were able to get this, because it's 1 out of 4. It's not impossible, but they got the first one right. And the second one, because I haven't even looked at the cards yet. Oh, it's also a diamond. They got it right as well. And now it says a hearts right there. So this should be a hearts. And indeed it is another hearts. And then it's a spades. It's incredible. Spades. Spades. That's wonderful. And then finally hearts, which indeed it is. So they got the whole thing right, and you can do this for as long as you want, and they get everything right with 100% accuracy. And that is the trick, and it's super fun to do, and it really kills people. And when I made this, I was like, no way that I can actually get away with doing this. It's too simple. It's too simple to not be able to get away with it. So I didn't even know if I wanted to perform it, because it's like, people are gonna figure this out like that. But performing it for people, I haven't encountered anyone who figured it out, and everyone seems to be very stumped by it. So I encourage you to give it a shot, because it really seems to stump people, like, which is baffling to me, because I find this to be so simple that like a smart bird could figure this out. All right, so how does this trick work? Well, it is super simple, like I said, almost too simple. But I really like it because it's so simple, and it still seems to be able to baffle people. And so all it is like, I've got it set up here. You can do this in numerous ways. I'll go into some subtleties and things that could make this better. One of the things that make this better is to have the deck not in new deck order, but like you have clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds, so the chased order, whichever order that you prefer. Because then you are able to pinpoint, okay, that's clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds, so you can take a card from there and know what it is. Alternatively, you can use marked cards so you can see what the cards are, which is also a good way of doing it. But when I've just performed my Out of This World, my deck is in absolute chaos. So I can't do that. I could do it if I had marked cards, but these aren't marked. So there is another way of doing it. It's not as strong, but honestly it's the one that I do the most, and it works fine. So I'll tell you what that one is. And that is to simply just, when removing a card, you just go through and you go, what about this one? And then they would guess. Obviously, you might have no idea what I'm talking about because you might not know the method yet. You probably do by now because you know that you have to be able to know which card you're taking out. But essentially, here's how it goes. You take out a heart or whichever suit you can remember, and you put it down and you ask, what do you think this is? And they guess. It really does not matter what they guess. They don't have to guess hearts. But so let's say they guess diamonds. So you write down D for diamonds, right there, D for diamonds. And then all you have to do is find a diamonds. And when they're all spread out, I know that my diamonds are in this upper half, so I can take out one of the diamonds. If you're using marked cards, you can see it. But let's just say that you've done another routine and your whole deck is in chaos. I think they're in red-black now. Yeah, now they're just in red-black. Your whole deck is in chaos, right? So you don't know what is what. So I just go through and I look for a diamond and I say, what about this one? What do you think this is? Clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. And you just find the card that they named. So you're essentially one card behind, or like it's the opposite of being one step ahead, you're one step behind. And then you put it down, they say this is clubs, and then you write down clubs. Boom, clubs it is. What do you do now? You find a club. Oh, one right there. I wouldn't take the first one because they might have already seen that one, so you take another one. And you say that's another club. And here's one of the subtleties that I wanted to get into. If they name the same card or the same suit twice in a row, do this, accidentally drop it. Like, you see what that does? If they say it 2 times in a row and you're about to go put it and you drop it and you're like, whoops, and they'll see they got it right. That's so much more deceptive. It seems like a mistake that they weren't supposed to see it, but it makes it feel so much more deceptive. Of course, it only works if they name the same one twice. So you put this down, you say they think this is clubs as well, and you found a clubs because they said this was a club. So obviously this is not a clubs, this is a diamonds. But they think it's a club, so you wrote down clubs, and you're finding your next card because you're one card behind, and that is clubs. Sorry, I'm confusing to listen to. I hear that myself. Well, then drop it by accident because it seems like they weren't supposed to see it, but they also see that they absolutely did get it right. And so you write down another clubs, which is so strong. It is such a nice little thing to add. And they said that was a clubs, right? And now you want to find another club because you're behind, right? And you say, what is this one? Now I wouldn't drop it again if they say clubs, but let's say they think it's a heart or a spades maybe. Yeah, they say it's a spade, so you write down S for spades. Now you go find a spade. So you go look through and you see a spade. You say, what is this? They say, okay, that's another diamond. I mean, obviously it's not a diamond, it's a spade because you're one card behind. So you put it down and you say, okay, diamond, and you write D for diamonds. And essentially all you're doing is waiting for them to say hearts. And of course I look for a diamond now. And whenever they call it hearts, if I have a good amount of cards, I stop there and write down hearts. And that's very important because remember, you put down a hearts to begin with. This order does not fit, right? It's supposed to be diamonds, clubs, spades, diamonds, hearts. It's hearts, diamonds, clubs, clubs, spades, hearts. Sorry, that's right, yeah, never mind. It doesn't fit the order. But because they end on a heart and you started off with a heart, all you have to do is transfer this bottom card to the top. And now everything fits. Diamonds, clubs, clubs, spades, diamonds, and hearts. That's literally all you have to do. And there's many ways you can get this bottom card to the top. One way I do the most is I have them spread out and I do the leave one behind ruse. I pick them up like this, and then the final one I just put on top. Right, you see, I just transferred the hearts from the bottom to the top. That easily. You can go sleight of hand mode and do an turnover pass, but that's just too much and it's not as angle good. This, you're just picking the stuff up. You say you got your number of cards or your order of cards, and then it fits. Diamonds, clubs, clubs, spades, diamonds, hearts, everything fits. And you can keep doing that row for as long as you like. I just like to get above like 5 or 6 cards because that feels more possible. Of course, if you find a hearts first, when you put it down, you say, what suit do you think this is? And they say hearts, just turn it over and reveal that they're correct. That's a cool effect in and of itself, that you put down a card and you say, what do you think this is? And they say hearts. And you just flip it and show that they were correct. And then you can like, okay, let's do this again. And then if they get it wrong, continue with more cards. Or just see how many times you can get lucky. Because that's honestly super fun to do. Just see how many times you can get lucky. And whenever you don't get lucky, start doing numerous cards. Like, what do you think this one is? What do you think this one is? What do you think this one is? Unless you end up with a pretty cool effect. That is like on their phone, they have the order there, they're writing everything down. They're with you on this whole thing, which is very nice. All right, we gotta bring in this camera over here. Right, that concludes this neat little trick. It's fun, it's very, very fun to perform. I'm not sure how original this is. Like being one card behind is not new. I've tried to look out to see if there's anyone else doing it with the suits, and I haven't been able to find anything about it. Of course, there's a similar effect in this book, which is where I got the inspiration from for this effect. And I will say, if you haven't already read this book, oh man, it's so good. It's so good. I love it. I wish there were more pages, but there's no more pages. But yeah, that is about it for this whole entire video, and I hope you've enjoyed it so far. Now let's see. Oh, right. This is our kill switch again, just like the last video. I'm still baffled by technology sometimes, you know, like there's a button over here and I click it and the video ends, and it's so cool.